Greetings, Commanders. I'm Commander Link Savage, and thanks for tuning in to Space Vehicle Virgins, the series where we take a look at and test drive the ships currently available to commanders of the Pilots Federation. This episode, once again by popular vote, we take a look at the myth, the legend, the Federal Corvette, the king of the Hazarez Zone, and symbol of high ranking with the Federation. Huge, surprisingly agile, and an absolute beast on the battlefield. Next on Space Vehicle Virgins. Federal Corvette, the mini capital ship for the Federation. This is one of the big three. The big three being the Anaconda, the Imperial Cutter, and this bad boy, the Federal Corvette. Each member of the big three has a very specific ability that it excels in without cutting itself off from being a catch-all. Each one can do everything but handles themselves differently due to these traits. Almost like a superpower. For example, the Anaconda has its jump range, #1 in the galaxy. The Cutter has its insane amount of cargo space and shields. What can the Federal Corvette do? It can turn on a dime and wield incredible firepower. Even the hardpoint placement is designed around combat. Now, don't get me wrong, all three can do combat very well, but the Corvette does it the best. The pitch rate on a ship of this size is absolutely amazing. Maneuvering around the Hazarez site is a breeze. This ship almost feels half of its size with the way it moves, even in Super Cruise. About combat, the Federal Corvette has plenty of utility slots and the optionals are pretty good. This mix, along with a fairly close baseline of the armor and shields, encourages a balanced build featuring some meaty shields and a pretty hefty hull strength. Yes, even each of the big three handles combat differently, but those will be discussed in a different video. Of course, they're also the incredible awesomeness of ship launch fighters. This comes at a price that makes it an uncommon ship to see dallying around. The price? Well, aside from the credits, it's over 100 million, like 120 million credits. Let's face it, credits are easy by now. The real price is the rank. You have to grind the rank of Rear Admiral with the Federal Navy. Now, I did a very short video demonstrating an easy rank grind, but it's still not instant gratification sort of thing. It still takes work and effort. That alone makes this ship an uncommon ship to see about. The other cost is the insurance. Insurance for this specific ship is around 20 million credits. Not something I'm keen on risking very often. The jump range is your biggest trade-off. It is terrible. The thrusters on this ship are okay and do the job surprisingly well. The pitch rate is absolutely bonkers. It's not a fast ship, it's definitely not the fastest ship in the quadrant by any means, and the jump range is abysmal, meaning you'll be shipping this sucker for long distance combat. Even with the Guardian frameshift drive booster, I'm only eking out 30 light years with a full loadout. I can get better in the Clipper, the Cutter, the Anaconda. Hell, I could get better in the Type 10 with a full loadout. But that is the balance. No ship can have it all, not even the mighty Python. Poor jump range, gigantic size, high insurance, high rank, and the middle of the road cost as far as the big three go, kinda makes this a ship that not everyone buys, but so many people want. The interior of the Corvette feels very militaristic. Not a lot of flash, simple, effective, very utilitarian. You can have 2 co-pilots in this massive ship, and man does the extra help come in handy. They can both man the ship launch fighters or act as gunner on the ship itself. The dark coloring helps hide the wear and tear, and I personally love the color, and gives a feeling of military sharpness that's not found in other ships. The canopy isn't bad. Your bridge is fairly far back on the vessel, allowing you to see the hard points and the nose of the ship. Taking a look around, this is clearly not for sightseeing, but more for protection while giving as much visibility as possible. Landing it, kinda hard to find your landing pad sometimes. I feel bad for this guy right here. That bar is his view. Well, let's head to the garage and take a look under the hood. Okay guys, here we are inside of the hangar, and we're going to take a look at the build of this particular ship. Now, I have taken this ship out into the resource extraction sites, and I can see why this is the king. Oh my goodness. Absolutely phenomenal to fly. So let's take a look at the core internals. Now, this is still a work in progress, so the lightweight alloy bulkheads are not permanent. They're just there because, as you can see, I have a balance of 32 million credits. Assurance cost of 20 million credits. Yeah. So what I've done is I've engineered them just to give them a little bit of, extra oomph, but they will be replaced. This does feature an 8A power plant. This power plant is actually not bad at all. As you can see, I have plenty of power left over after having just one level of, what do we have in here? One level overcharge with it being monstered. And you can see how much left I have. I will be doing the full power plant once I unlock that engineer. I keep saying this, but I haven't done it yet. But once I get that engineer, I will be unlocking the rest of the power plant, and we'll see exactly how much power this sucker can really push. I'll probably be able to put on some crazy weapons after that. 7A thrusters. These thrusters are actually pretty good, and they have been modified with, I believe, dirty drag drives. Yes, dirty drag drives. Only a grade 3. It maneuvered great before the modification. Just know that A-rated, this was actually pretty good. After the modification, insane. Absolutely insane. Of course, we have a 6A frame shift drive that does have a full... Now look at the jump range, okay? Now consider that I could get in the high 30s with the Type 10 that is fully loaded out. All right. This does have all 5 increased FSD along with the mass manager. I might test out deep charge and see if that improves this, but its jump range is abysmal. Keep this number in mind and understand that this is the frame shift drive and the FSD booster. 5A life support. I have been stuck having to get back, not necessarily in this ship, but in another ship, having to limp my way back to A station with no canopy. I need the 25 minutes. The 8A power distributor. This power distributor could be better. It could be better. For as large as it is, one would think that it would not run out of juice as quickly as it does. But it does. I'm looking forward to engineering this just so that way it doesn't run out of juice on me so quickly. 8D sensors, I found that I really don't need high range sensors, and I just wanted to save a little bit of weight. And then wanting to save a little bit of weight, I'm just going with the 8D sensors because 8A sensors are not necessary, especially for something that I'm not going to take exploring. Not going very far in it. It's got a 30 light year jump range. Take a look at the optional internals. Now the optional internals in this are fabulous. I mean, it doesn't go up to an 8, but we do have a 7, and right now I'm just experimenting with a bi-weave shield generator, and believe it or not, it has been rare that my shields even go down. So I don't know that I need to go any further than this. Maybe as things get a little more difficult, I will look into that, but right now I don't need to go any further. Features a 7D fighter hangar, so I have a lot of these suckers to go around. Both of them are a lot of fun. I do keep repair limpets because repair limpets are what keep me from having to come back and forth in the event that my shields do go down. I have yet to use them. It's great for when I am in a wing with someone else who is damaged, and then you just pop out a repair limpet. Why not? I have the space. I could replace that with a hull, but why? Cargo rack, because when you kill things, it's nice to scoop up their cargo. 5D hull reinforcement. There goes the Guardian frameshift drive booster. Yes, a 5H. That's as far as you can go. 30 frickin' light years. God. Features a 5A fuel scoop because 5A fuel scoop. Why not? More hull reinforcements because there are 2 military compartments. So I put in another hull reinforcement and a module reinforcement because that's just useful. Once again, more hull reinforcements. This thing has a lot of space for hull reinforcements. Standard docking computer because this is gigantic, and believe it or not, yes, most of my ships have a docking computer. The ships that I'm more comfortable docking without a docking computer are ships where I can see below. Most Lakon ships, easy to dock. The crates, easy to dock because I can at least see below me. Of the large ships, believe it or not, the Clipper and the Cutter, very easy to dock. Mostly because you don't have this long nose in front of you, so you can see where you're going. But this sucker, I require a docking computer. Now, as mentioned before, tons of utility slots, tons, encouraging you to stock up on shield boosters. I keep one heat sink launcher because I have yet to have a heat issue, but a heat sink launcher is always good to have, and a kill warrant scanner because in the has zones, kill warrant scanner just helps you get more money. And then shield boosters. The rest are all shield boosters, and they're just engineered with, I believe, heavy duty shield. Yep. And that's it. And I rarely drop shields. Actually, kind of almost easy mode. For the hard points, features 2 4A beam lasers. Very useful and gimbaled. With a 3C multi-cannon gimbaled, so all the big dogs are under my control, along with one of the medium hard points, which is multi-cannon gimbaled. The rest are actually turreted, and turreted has come in handy because this is a large ship, and I don't think you're gonna keep up with the the swarms when it comes down to eagles and stuff like that. So these turreted weapons come in very handy in dealing with them, and at least keeping them, getting hit while I line them back up. But I also have been doing multi-crew with friends. And it's actually a lot of fun to give your friends something to do in a combat zone. They have the ship launch fighters, and they have the gunner roll. Absolutely fantastic. This sucker packs one hell of a punch. One hell of a punch. So that is all we have for being under the hood of this. Let's go ahead and take it out for a roll. See how it goes, huh? To have some fun with the Corvette, we have come out to Pomichi 2C, one of the most amazing bodies within the human bubble. The canyons here are plentiful and beautiful. Let's hop in and see exactly why the hell I brought this monster out here. Alright folks, so we are out here in Pomichi 2C. Now why would I bring this monster to Pomichi 2C? Well, I mean, first things first, this is a highly maneuverable monster. You'd be shocked at how maneuverable it is. But the other thing is that we have some fun that we can actually have here in Pomichi 2C when you are with something this gigantic. But yes, you're right, there's no point in bringing something like this out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our pitch tests out of the way and then see what's up. Now, like I said, this is kind of like a mini capital ship for the Federation. Let's take a look around the inside as we like to do. That poor fella, he's got that bar right in his way. But as you see, you know, the canopy is not terrible, but it's definitely not made for sightseeing. It feels like a very military bridge. You know, black, gray. Not a whole lot of fun stuff. No coffee machine. But that's all right. That boost sound is very interesting. I don't know how to describe it. All right, I think we're pretty high. Let's go on ahead and take a look at our regular pitch without boost while moving. Understand, this is one of the big three. This is one of the big three. Oh my God, I cannot believe it moves like that. Then we'll go on ahead and do one boosted. That's pretty nice. Then we're going to do our FA off. So let's get on back on up to speed. And we'll do FA off. And we'll do a boosted FA off. Yes, forward. Oh my God. You can see how easy it is to keep your target within your sight. And I mean, it doesn't quite work very well when you are dealing with the swarm, you know, the eagles and whatnot that are just swarming around everywhere. But for that, I recommend that you either have, turrets and multi-crew. I mean, you know, the thing about multi-crew is that not enough people use it. You guys should totally be using multi-crew with your friends. It's a lot of fun to do. I mean, I know everybody wants to be the pilot, but when you actually work in cooperation with each other, it's amazing what some of these huge ships are capable of doing. But I mean, even the yaw of this ship is actually pretty good. Think about how large this ship is, and even the yaw is good. The roll. This ship was made for combat. But it's not the fastest ship out there, but the maneuverability kind of makes up for that lack of speed. So that is the Federal Corvette, strength and power personified, the crown jewel of the Federal Navy. I would not say that this ship is a must-have for all pilots, it certainly is not. It takes a certain type of pilot to enjoy flying a very large ship. It takes a fairly wealthy pilot to fly one of the big three on the daily. It is, however, a ship that should be experienced in combat at least once. Can you do other stuff in it? Well, sure, but what does it do best? Combat. The larger ships really are geared towards more experienced pilots. And now, excuse my soapbox, but I know that as new pilots, we want the big gun and we want it now. But trust me when I say, you don't want to rush to the end game. In order to be truly effective in these larger ships, you first need to have honed your skills on smaller, easier to handle ships. I say this not to discourage new pilots, but to encourage them to really learn how to fly and enjoy that journey of learning before jumping into the deep end of the galaxy. My rating? As one of the big three, it's a 7 of 10. This ship is incredible, but the poor speed, the poor jump range, that rank grind really does hinder this ship and relegates it to a weekend flyer if you do manage to buy one for the more practical pilots. Alright, now let me get off my soapbox. That's all for this episode of Space Vehicle Virgins. We have plenty of ships to look at and fly. Be sure to hit the like button below, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the bell button just so you'll be alerted as to when new videos are uploaded. Till next time, I'm Commander Link Savage, and I'm gonna gently make my way back to the station. 20 million credits is a lot right now. Fly right, and see you in the black.